been watching so far, unless you're jumping into like the micro, the Starbucks that we were at, like it was blaring non-stop like Ariana Grande. It was crazy. We could almost not even hear our own voices. But I'm very proud of how the audio turned out, especially when we started using the mics, which you're about to see right now. This camera cut out like for 2 minutes, but the whole clip is about 20 minutes. So just listen for like 2 minutes, and then it's going to kind of, they're going to pop back up. That's really good. Talks about their love story. All right. All right, so I'm going to... All right, let's do this. Okay, so how'd you meet?
You want to go? You want me to go?
All right, so Megan and I, we had been working at the Department of Health and Human Services Agency. We were both employed there, and I worked in the back of the house. I was working at Meals on Wheels at the time, and Megan would occasionally come into the cafeteria part or section of the building, and that was about the only time that I had the opportunity to see her was when she came back there and ate lunch. And so occasionally we would, we would glance at each other. I would get a couple seconds to see her come in and pull her lunch out. And then, so corny, but, I knew I had it timed down when I knew she was going to take her lunch. And the days that you didn't take your lunch at that time, I can remember feeling pretty, sad.
So you were going after the catch.
Yeah.
All right. Oh!
And, I just think back to the times when we would cook off the cookies, and I would come out there to see if you wanted one. And
Yep, that and the German pancakes.
Yeah, And, I would always offer it to everybody else at the table, but ultimately I was making sure,
I got a sample.
I was talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would always save me coffee. They would
Yeah.
usually toss it really early, but I would come in around 3 o'clock and be getting coffee right
Yeah.
before you left, right?
Yeah. And my supervisor at the time, he thought the world of Megan.
Yeah.
And he was like, you really need to try to ask her out. And I was like, well, she's, in a completely different apartment. I was like, I don't know. Like, I was kind of trying to get an idea who you were. And I knew you were really sweet when I saw your smile.
Oh,
I knew right away
Keep on going.
I wanted that smile in my life.
Yeah. And Kirk's a part of our wedding day.
Yeah, he is.
Because since he helped maneuver everything in the beginning, we knew we had to be a part. Because I was really making a ice cream cake for my supervisor, so I just needed a place to put it.
Oh, God.
And so that was the first time I went and talked face to face to Kirk, and the first time we really spoke.
So when did you go on your first date? Like when you're like, you know what, damn it, I gotta make this happen. Was it you or was it her that was like, I gotta, okay, hey.
Who was it, honey?
It was me.
Oh, okay, so that was in the fall of 2013, and then we didn't go on our first date until the following summer, and we were texting because this fly boy got a promotion. So he was working in economic services, and I had to ask a Medicaid question. So he told me,
Great.
oh, let me get your number in case we ever need a text about clients.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You're like, let me just shoot you. Oh, you got a Facebook, just it'll make it easier to, yeah.
It was so funny because Megan was kind
Sure,
of
here's my number.
Yeah. No, it did work out pretty good. I will say. That was pretty
smooth.
sly.
It was smooth, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
oh my
so
God.
The first date we went to Tupelo Honey.
Hell yeah.
Just drove around.
Oh my God. Me and my wife went, tried to do the same thing this Valentine's, but it didn't work. But last Valentine's, they did some super special where it was fried chicken and green tomatoes and some dessert. And we're like, maybe, blah, blah, blah. And we got it. It was one of those fancy full course meals where they keep on giving, you bring one thing out and you're like, okay, that's good. And they bring another thing out and another thing out and another thing out.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, shit. And you're like, and I didn't even get a beer. This is, so definitely that's the G spot. Or not G, that's the spot right there. Okay. Who who decided to propose to who? I mean, I know it's like a lot of traditional, like the guy proposes, but
Yeah. Oh, well, when I asked her to marry me,
yeah.
it was definitely me, and I had it planned out for a while.
Yeah, because you asked my dad like Easter.
Do you have like nerves, like crazy nerves? Like
Yeah,
I didn't know until like the absolute day of exactly what I was gonna do, and it was almost one of those things where it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this happen. I had like a general idea of like location and all that. I'll share mine, and I'll just let you share yours or whatever. Okay, so my wife was pregnant at the time, right? She was like, I don't know, 4 months pregnant, something like pregnant, like uncomfortable pregnant, and I already had told mom-in-law or whatever, like, and I was like, look, I really want to marry your daughter. I really want to, and Laura's dad passed, a while ago. So mom is, dad and mom. She's like, I'd love that. That's awesome. And so I was like, I'm going to take her to Ocracoke, to the beach, which, do you guys know where Ocracoke is? Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Beautiful place.
No, Outer Banks, North Carolina, yeah. So the trip there was really nice. Like, well, I lie. The trip there was nice, but we had car problems halfway through. So I was like, oh shit, this is like, how is this already like messed? Like my whole proposal's gonna be messed up. Not even gonna get to the beach. We solved all that, but the main trip there was pretty good. We took the ferry, did all the cool stuff that you do, for the Outer Banks, which is just really nice. And I thought to myself, I was like, I booked this nice ass hotel. I remember it specifically. I remember like looking at the picture and like, this is great. This is an amazing deal. And booking it. We get there and I pull up to the place that I'm thinking is the place, right? And they're like, hey, I got a reservation. And they're like, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't. They finally take the paper because I printed it out. I was thinking, I was cool. And they're like, no, this is for that place over yonder somewhere. I was like, okay, whatever. I got this mixed up. We get to the place, and it is like some small little stinky thing that I was like, oh my god. But we see there's like a little private kind of pool thing. I was like, okay, this is good. And we walk in the room, the whole room smells like mildew, right? Okay, so pregnant knows too, like that's like extra. So it already started like, oh my god, what's going on here? So we go to the beach. And the beach was crazy crowded. And she's like, I just really don't, and she doesn't know what's going on yet or whatever. I'm trying to like figure out a way to like propose this next morning and figure it out. And she's like, I'm just not feeling this. Maybe we should go like to the other beach on the whatever, like elsewhere. I'm like, but maybe we should just try another spot tomorrow. And she's like, but I don't want to sleep in this mildew room. And at first I was like, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. So I was like, let's go scope. And my mom was thinking, let's go scope this out, do like a late night kind of like see the beach or stars, and not propose, but just kind of like I'm thinking in my mind how to game plan in this for tomorrow. And we leave, and lo and behold, I forgot my license in my other pants. I have my swim trunks on, and we get pulled by this police officer, and I'm like, officer, what's up? And he was like, your car looks like a car that we've been looking out for or whatever. And I'm like, I was just really nice to him. He didn't ask for my license registration, luckily. But he turned out to be a really nice cop. He was like, hey, I was like, is the beach open right now? He's like, yeah, it's open and whatever, if you really want to go to. Because I thought we were going to get in trouble for going to the beach like super late, trying to be badass and shit. So we go, we look out, and it's absolutely pitch black. But we look up in the sky, and it's just like the stars. Like I've never seen stars so like that's crazy. Awesome. And that was just one of those points. So we decided to kind of go back. She's complaining the whole night about the mildew, pregnant, and she's like, let's just leave in the morning. And I'm like, well, I just paid for like 2-3 nights for this place. Yeah. And I still didn't know how the hell I was going to like propose. Like I was like, am I going to do it with like, I'm going to bury the ring in the sand, or I'm going to put like a seashell, or I'm going to like what the hell am I going to do? So I'm looking up like on knot.com or whatever, like ideas, and I'm like, this is kind of, I don't know. So, and she senses a suspicion of like, this guy is acting really weird right now.
It's the mold.
I was like, okay, it's the mold. I decide we go to get breakfast, which is okay, And she's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, no, but I need to shop for souvenirs, and let's just go to the beach one more time before we leave this place, and we can see if we can get our money back on the blah blah. I don't know what the graces was, but thanks, train.
Yeah.
But I go like a good bit further out and just see the spot, and it's like I just kind of see a dune or whatever. It's like, this is kind of like last chance or whatever. Let's make this happen. I'm kind of defeated, deflated, and I walk over, and I swear to God, it's like a paradise spot, like a spot that you would see in the movies. Like, there's like a person all the way over here, and like a person over there. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, I got the spot. I was like, I can make this happen. I had one win in the basket. Let's just do this. So I'm like, she's like, is it good? I'm like, yeah, it's great. Let's just go. She's like, you mean you want me to walk up this big old sand dune right here? I'm like, give me a break. I got this. And so we walk over. I have like this whole, like, bring all the stuff out. And I still didn't know. I had bought some seashells at the sea shop. She's like, why are you buying why are you buying those?
Right.
And I was like, let me ditch this whole idea. I walk down to the water, and I feel the water, and I'm like, it's right. This is happening right now. This is happening. So she's walking like down or whatever. And I just decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get on one knee and just make it happen. She's like, what are you doing? Oh, okay, all right. It comes down, and like it was just like the perfect moment. But even though like everything, all the anxiety and all that coming up to it was just like, and I thought that would be the perfect thing. I was like, hell yeah, we can stay here a couple more nights. She's like, nope, I still want to leave the next day. But that's kind of my little proposal story. So please do share. How was the proposal?
Yeah, how was the proposal? Did you like the way?
The proposal was amazing.
I felt like you thought that I was just talking to you.
Yeah, that is nice. Because we've been dating for 4 years, and was it at 4 years? It was 3 years at that point. We have really great communication, and one of our favorite places to go is the Omni Grove Park Inn. He like spoiled me like before our first year of dating, and then for graduation, and before the restaurant craziness. So he wanted to go again. He told me that what was it? He got an email, and you get discounted dinner at Rue 39.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy a spa pass. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, there's
Sure.
discounts at the Grove Park?
Yeah. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I got the email, and I was like, okay.
I got off
We had to
Groupon.
go on a Thursday. It was on a weekday.
Had to go on a Thursday.
So-
Go up on
I'm
a Thursday.
Like, looking at the calendar, I'm like, gosh,
Hunting
we're running out of
season.
time.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah, we decided to go on a Thursday.
Had to be a Thursday.
And it was a wonderful evening that I had just started a new job, so leading up to it, it was such a stressful day.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a breakdown moment. I like called Michael crying. I was like, oh my God.
She didn't want to go to the Biltmore. She just wanted to go home.
That's how it is,
But I
though.
was thinking, like, so I called you freaking out, but I was like, no, it'll be good. Like, we're
Yeah.
going late, but I don't care. We're going to have a nice dinner, and the spot is amazing. So we
Stay
get
positive.
there. It was rushed a little, but we know our favorite, like, whirlpools and, like, the
waterfall.
what do you call that? Not the gazebo, the
The sauna?
Sauna.
Grabo.
That's what I was gonna say, too. Garabo.
Graba. You know,
Alexa,
those-
define Garabo.
Whatever. But anyways, so we were enjoying the whirlpools, hanging out. Our dinner reservations were soon, so we wanted to go by he wanted to go outside. It was too cold. I want to go by the fireplace and get this really special tea.
I was like, perfect. She's setting it up for me. She
Damn
really
right.
was. She had no idea. I mean, it was perfect. She's like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to get us a drink. And then I want to go sit by the fireplace. And I was like, I don't even have to ask her.
Yeah.
She has no idea. She's setting it up for me, which, I mean, it was perfect. I mean, I didn't have to drag you over there. You were already going.
Exactly. Yeah. There were a lot of people there too, and I was wondering why he kept getting all weird about his bathrobe, but I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Well, everybody has the same bathrobe when
Yeah.
you're there. So if you go to put down your bathrobe, you can turn around
If you
and
got-
somebody's taking it. Well, I had the
But
room.
yeah.
Yeah. And so we would get in like the whirlpool, and she'd be like, "Come on!" And I'd be like looking around, and I was like, oh, "Gosh, where am I gonna put this bathrobe?" I put it on the chair, and she's like, why are you putting it there on the chair? It's going to get wet. And I wanted to be able
And
to see
what happened?
It got soaked.
This lady-
I mean, it got soaked.
This lady got underneath the little waterfall thing, and it was like,
Yeah.
just going off her
It was
back.
pouring off her back and onto the robe, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that's why I shouldn't have put it there. But, you know,
guys, we don't think like 5 steps ahead. It's just like the immediate like defense, like gotta protect it.
I was like, what if I have to jump up and
Excuse
chase somebody down and be like, excuse me, this is my robe? They're going to be like, why does it matter? They're all looking the same. I'm like, it's in
No,
the pocket.
we don't fight over this robe.
You know, I mean, that all runs through your head. And, you know, we were sitting there. Everybody was going up for supper,
Oh, it's
dinner.
perfect. It cleared out.
And it cleared out. And now I kind of wish more people had been there. Now, there were 3 ladies who were kind of like trying to listen in on us and eavesdrop. And I was like, well, if they hear it, you know, so be it. But I kind of like got down on one knee. I'm sitting here trying to find the ring.
Well, hang on. Before you got down on your knee, we were sitting there, and he was saying the nicest, the kindest things. I wish I had that recorded because, I mean, it's things that we say frequently to each other. You know, just how much we love each other, and you know, we're building this barbecue empire
powerful.
and trying to figure out, you know, my new job and the ebbs and the flows. So it was great, and I was totally into the conversation, but. You know, poor Michael, he started tearing up, and I was like, honey, I love you. Why are you crying?
It was so hard.
Why are you crying?
You know, it's like I wanted to shake her and be like, you know, I guess you just thought it was another, you know, little nice moment we had. And
It was a great moment.
And it was so perfect, you know. And then I knew that if you didn't say yes to that, I was just going to pack up and go home. But, you know, you're in your comfort zone. I was sharing to you how I really, really felt. And it was special that you took it as, you know, not so much a proposal. It was kind of like what we do.
Yeah.
And then when I popped the ring out, you were like,
You about fainted.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fainted. I liked all the family was asking, oh, did you cry? I was like, well, I felt like I was crying, but I don't think tears were coming. It was just like so like
shock.
Yeah.
Because it was such a surprise.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
kept hugging him, and he was like, okay, can I get off my knee now?
Yeah, I know.
You're like, what did I do in this moment, right? I only did this once. So.
Yeah. No, the lighting was special. The sounds when you're down in those spots.
Wow.
I mean,
the smells, eucalyptus.
I really, really, it all came together. I don't know how, but it did.
Yep.
And then we were able to go upstairs and enjoy dinner, and people were congratulating us, and it was wonderful. It's a day that I'll never forget, and
Keep it
that's
forever.
how it's supposed to be done.
Damn right. And now you're about to do some all sorts of goodness next
Yeah.
week.
Wow, next week.
It's coming
I'm
up fast.
so excited.
All right, so that was awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad I was able to share my story with you too.
Yeah.
Got you maybe a little bit used to maybe kind of using a microphone, which is good. Got this bossed up.
Yeah.
The only thing will be like, well, no, I'll get with you guys wedding day and Mikey, but it's just a matter of like putting it in the pocket. Don't touch it. You gotta use the bathroom, just let me know or something like that, and we'll figure it out. So let me check in with the wife, and then we'll talk like for 10 minutes maybe on like just kind of like the idea of the day, like how we're gonna have it,
flow.
and then we're bossed up. We're good.
Cool.
Dope.
Good. Excellent.
Excellent.
I'm gonna get some more cream. I've been like drinking, like, oh, very good. I need some more.
We'll be back in 30 or in 2 minutes. Hey, you guys are super cute. I can feel the charisma, like the chemistry.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I never
And then-
believed in it though.
Yeah.
I never honestly believed in it until, I mean, I used to tell people I'm never getting married. Nobody would ever be worth it. And the ladies that I worked around, they were like, be careful what you say, because I think one day you will find the right young lady. And
Young lady.
Younger lady.
About to be 30, that's right.
that's right. Every day I wake up, I know that I thank God for our connection, because I knew it was special when I first met you.
You got you a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I made you first.
I knew it.
I know
Her
that-
family's wonderful. Though when I had to ask your dad if I could have his permission to marry you, and how intimidating your dad is. I mean, your dad is very, very intimidating,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. You know,
He's very protective.
He's
Wants to
very
make
protective
sure.
of his
Yeah.
girl. He has
Are
3
you
daughters.
like? Yeah, I was about to ask. Are
She's
you?
the oldest of the
Yeah.
3.
Oldest of 3 girls.
So imagine.
And I wanted girls every time.
and you got
Nope.
3 boys.
3 boys. That's-
Imagine her dad and I are out fishing like we usually do when we go down to the lake, and
That's pretty.
you know, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the perfect time. This will be really easy to ask Brian if I could have his permission to marry his daughter. And it seemed like every time we would get to, you know, a point where the boat would stop rocking and you know, we weren't so focused on fishing, I was like, Michael, just pop the question.
Just say it.
It's gonna be fine.
that 5 seconds is just like courage, just like.
I mean, that's all I can think about. And now he's just trying to have a normal fishing afternoon. You know, he has no idea. I don't think he had a clue that I was going to ask him.
It's Brian Curzel. You know he had a clue.
I'm listening.
I'm sure he did. But I knew he just wanted to fish.
Yeah.
You know, and I did too. But I was like, okay, why is this so hard for me? Every time I would like be like, okay, Michael, turn around and just man up and let's ask him. I would get like my stomach would turn and I was like, what is going on here? Like, why is this so hard?
Like seriously.
Yeah, and that's what they mean. Like when it really means something, and I have a lot of respect for your dad, and I wanted him to know that I was serious about it, you know, and it worked out just fine. And when I did ask him, you know, he was really, really cool about it, and he said, absolutely, you have my blessings, you know, to marry my daughter, and it was really, really cool. And I felt so good.
There was no. Did he pop you some hard questions beforehand?
No, I think he just wanted to fish, and he was.
Yeah, he's like, yes, that sounds great.
Yeah, he was like, great, okay, yeah, you have my blessings, you know, and you know, her dad plays pool, and he has a pool table in the man cave upstairs, and he whoops me every time.
Yeah.
I try so hard
That's really good.
to beat him, and your mom's good at pool too, you know.
Well, she's got a teacher. A really good teacher.
Your entire family, they mean the world to me.
And we get to spend so much quality time with your family as well.
Yeah.
Because they all live local, so except for Michelle, but she's coming. Michelle's coming.
Yeah.
We all get to have try to do weekly gatherings.
Try to do weekly. Well, it means a lot to me when we go down to the lake house. I mean, that's like, I feel so comfortable there. It's like our getaway, you know, and your parents are wonderful. We always have a meal there. They always prepare us a meal. You know, holidays are wonderful. And I look forward to the many, many years that we have, you know, together and for all of us to have that. I wanted that foundation, and when I met you, I knew that we would have that. You know, I would have that in my life because that's what you're taught.
That's what I'm taught.
That's what my family
Practice
taught me.
what you preach.
Yeah. So it really means a lot. You have a beautiful family. Now you're gonna be an Agostini.
Now I'm gonna be the
Agostini. I was gonna ask that.
Agostini.
Agostini.
Yeah, you're gonna be an Agostini.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It seems like you just, you know, how fast did a year go by?
It went by extremely fast. And everyone's talking about the stressors of weddings and
Yep.
like, oh, leading
Yeah.
up to it, so
I was
crazy.
like, nah, I won't be stressful.
I got this.
But I mean, it is still stressful. But like,
Yeah.
I think it's more so the reality. Like,
It's
holy
happening.
crap! Like we're about to be married,
I don't
but
know.
I'm not scared because it's with the right person.
Right.
And there's no one else I'd rather journey in life with.
And I do remember, like, I remember that shift, like, right after being married. Like, and it was almost like a protective type of thing where it was just like, this is my woman. And, like, there's a lot of things that, and as you lead up, there's small little stages, like when you go from, like, just being single and doing your own thing, and then you get a girlfriend and you kind of feel protective. And
Yeah.
you, like, propose, and you're like, yes, it's kind of getting serious. When you get married, it's just like, her shit is my shit, like yours, like, and like, even if she is absolutely wrong, it's like, I got your back, and that's it. Like, F you world, I don't care if you're right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or you, like, and that's kind of the reciprocation. Like, it's, I can't wait for like a couple days later after like all the like glitz and all that kind of settles in, and it's just like, I don't know, there's some sort of security in it. It feels really just good. Like,
I wouldn't want to do life without you.
So day of, let me write down, because we're going to make this like super
Do we
quick.
still need the mics? As we're talking these details?
It'd be,
Just keep talking.
it'd be awesome if you can
Okay,
keep
I'll
on
just keep
doing
it. I'll just keep it.
Okay.
I'm
It's
so
just like-
used to it. You know, I finally found somebody who was willing to roll in the muck. You know, ever heard that expression?
Yeah.
And Joe, who was my boss with Butts on the Creek for many, many years, he would occasionally say, "You don't get married until you find the one that will roll in the muck with
You
you."
go through some shit too. You
And
know?
Megan has been at that restaurant when we are absolutely mobbed, and she keeps a good attitude. She smiles, and she doesn't. I mean, she's got no quit in her. And how hard is that to find?
It is hard to find.
It's so
hard
hard
to find like someone with real like drive.
Yeah.
That will. And it's interesting. Like me and my wife, like I'm an Aquarius, she's a Taurus, and so we're complete. Like if you look at like the horoscopes, they're like, do not get together. Like you guys are complete opposite, right? But there's like a little small section at the very bottom. It's like if you guys can figure your shit out, like you guys are complete opposite. And so because you're so opposite in what you are, things that you don't think of and realize, she has, and vice versa. So just for example, like 1 minute, Will. I'm very like new ideas. Let's do it. Try new things, whatever, right? Which is really great for beginning things and learning all sorts of things. But she's very much traditional, very comfort. And so let's just take for instance, right? When I was living with the roomies, right? Like it was the best money rent time of my life, where I was like paying $200 for rent. Now it's like $1,500 a month. So it's like, but like bringing people, like new people, all that other stuff, or just like changing around the house a million times or whatever, that was cool to me. But for her, it's like more security and comfort, where like I want a house and home for my kids. I don't want things constantly changing and just like moving, and it makes a lot of sense too. And it took me a while to really get that. I was like, I don't understand why you don't want to just do this, because if you start doing so many new things and so many things just branching out, you spread yourself so thin, and sometimes you don't even complete some things to the end, or sometimes like keeping straight and steady and just going with what need that thing, those doing the hard things, that like making that freaking phone call to that whatever that you don't want to do, like she'll boss up, be like, I'll call him real quick. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. And we play off each other, and she won't give me as much credit as I'll give her credit. And she's like, Will, I'm like, girl, you looking so sexy today. You looking right. I got to fish for the hands or whatever. But I know I can see it in the eye. But like the cool thing is we really do play off of each other. Like I trust her intuition way more than I trust my own, which is crazy. Like when I meet someone, I'm more of like benefit of the doubt, you guys are fucking awesome, until I learn otherwise, right? She has a better sense where like she can look and see and tell, and I'm telling you, like 95% out of 100, like it's over the years, like we've been together almost 8 years now, but she can call and be like, Will, I love this person, but they probably do this. I'm like, nah, blah, 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 whatever. Tell you a week later, 2 weeks later, she's absolutely right. And I'm like, fuck, okay, all right. And so there's plenty of things we butt heads on, but there's plenty of things that we really like work together because we're so opposite. And you gotta, like you said, going through the muck.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you spell the last name? Because I don't want to get it wrong. A-G.
O-S-T.
O-S-T.
I-N-I.
I-N-I.
The only reason why I hesitated, because I was like about to start spelling Kurzel. I'm like, wait, no,
Nope.
not Kurzel.
All right.